Live from the Canadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Thursday, June 10th, 2021. I'm Trellona Charles. In the headlines tonight, police seek public's assistance in locating 6-year-old student Karim Billy. Tears of sorrow as murder accused Calvin Frank makes first court appearance. GUT president meets with Labour Minister and Commissioner following walk against bondage protest. GBN Health looks at the importance of prenatal care. And tonight's analysis is TGM's Dr. Patrick Antwine to further probe the Prime Minister's press conference on Wednesday. In our One Caribbean hookup, Trinidad and Tobago implements alphabetical system to vaccinate people over the age of 60, and China on alert amid new COVID-19 outbreak. Coming up in sports, Coach Paul Phillip, confident that world champion Anderson Peters will be ready for the Tokyo Olympics. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Tears of anguish poured outside the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court on Thursday as the man charged for the death of Lindy Skinner, Moraine, was brought to court. Family and friends of both the accused and the victims, as well as curious onlookers, were on hand as the country's first murder accused quietly made his appearance. Christelina John was on the scene.
The mood outside the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court Thursday as murder accused Calvin Frank was escorted by police to and from the courtroom. Frank, a 33-year-old driver of Spring St. George, was arrested and charged by officers attached to the Criminal Investigation Department on Wednesday, June 9th, in relation to Grenada's first homicide for 2021. Frank was charged with non-capital murder and housebreaking after he allegedly unlawfully broke into the dwelling house of Miss Lindy Skinner Moraine to commit a felony, therein to wit, non-capital murder. He was also charged for attempted non-capital murder by allegedly attempting to cause the death of a 16-year-old person. Lindy Skinner Moraine, a food vendor of Jean Anglais St. George, was stabbed to death, allegedly over $150 she owed to Frank. The accused, who appeared calm, was not allowed to plead during Thursday's hearing. He was represented by attorneys Anselm Clouden and Jerry Edwin.
Of course, the housebreaking charges, but As you know, he's presumed innocent until he's proven guilty by a court properly constituted by a judge and jury. And we're going to give him the necessary representation when the time arises.
The matter was adjourned to June 29, 2021. In the meantime, Frank has been remanded to Her Majesty's Prison, awaiting his next court appearance, when submissions will be made and the proceedings can begin. Christina John, GBN News.
The help of social partners is being sought to deal with the growing trend of acts of violence on the island. The appeal comes from the Minister for Disaster Management and the President of the Senate. More in this report.
Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office with responsibility for disaster management, Winston Garwe, is appealing to the social partners on island to band together to address acts of violence in the country. Garwe was responding to the recent gruesome killing of Lindy Skinner-Marine on Monday and other acts of violence witnessed in the past and present. He is making a plea to the social partners locally and the churches to take up some responsibility in providing support for the members of society most affected by these violent acts.
I stand to speak because this is something that we all as a nation have to rally around to get people to recognize violence is not the answer to our problems. Calling on the churches, calling on the social partners, let us do what we can. And every opportunity to advocate against the violence that we've seen creeping up. One will say, well, people stressed and heard a lot of excuses, COVID and so forth. But as humanity, we have a role to play in reaching out to our brothers and sisters who are experiencing difficulties.
President of the Senate Chester Humphrey, while expressing his sadness over the first homicide for 2021, says he's not surprised by recent acts of violence. The president said the trend has not gone unnoticed.
Male on female violence has seen a serious uptick over time. Secondly, the society has been progressively becoming less outraged over acts of violence. Not only male on female violence, but male and male violence, as well as violence against children.
Following the murder of Skinner-Marine, the Ministry of Social Services and Gender Affairs has offered counseling services to the families and close relatives of the deceased. The ministry has begun its outreach and its counselors have begun intervention with the victim's teenage daughter, who not only witnessed the brutal killing of her mother, but sustained injuries. Social Services Minister Delma Thomas said they are concerned about the effects the traumatic incident would have on the community and relatives, describing the death as a complete tragedy. She added that every incident like Monday's incident speaks to the need for society to deal more effectively with conflict resolution. Calvin Frank has been charged with non-capital murder, attempted non-capital murder, and housebreaking in connection with the death of Lindy Skinner-Marine. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
Police are seeking the assistance of the general public in locating 6-year-old Karim Billy of Willis St. George. Karim left home on Wednesday, 9th June 2021 and has not returned since. He was last seen wearing his school uniform of St. Paul's Government School. Anyone seeing Karim Billy or has any information about his whereabouts are asked to contact the Central Police Station at 440-2244, the St. Paul's Police Station at 440-3224, Police Emergency at 911, Police Hotline at 444-1958, or the nearest police station. Meanwhile, police have confirmed the death of a 34-year-old Ravi Chevy Batiste of Willis St. George, who died at the holding cell in the Central Police Station on Wednesday. Police say the individual was detained and brought to the Central Police Station at about 1:15 p.m. and went through the usual protocols before being placed in the cell with only a boxer on due to his previous behavior. At about 4:30 p.m., during the changing of the shift on duty, he was discovered hanging from the cell. He was later pronounced dead by medical experts. The RGPF presently is investigating the incident. Man Box from Boys to Men. That's the latest initiative by the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, targeting young men in communities around the country on how to better deal with conflict. More in this report.
The Man Box from Boys to Men initiative was introduced to young men in the Willis, New Hampshire communities this week, aimed at helping males aged 13 to 25 to better understand conflict resolution. The program will begin in the coming week and will run for 10 weeks, with participants being certified on completion. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Chrissy Warm Charles, gave an outline of the program.
Skills to navigate conflictual situations. We know growing up, sometimes it may be very challenging for us, as we engage with our peers and so forth. Many conflicts and so on may result, and so this program is going to address some of those needs and help develop some of the skills that you already have, to help to build capacity, right, to reframe negative responses into more positive and meaningful ones. Going to assist us in reducing the number of young persons entering into the court system. Also to build community resilience, meaning building your community stronger.
Charles explains some of the areas that will be covered during the session.
The goal of the Man Box program is to foster holistic development by teaching young men, such as yourself, important skills for problem solving and decision making, such as gender-based violence, responses to authority, drugs and alcohol, cooperation and conflict, academic successes. It's very important for us to discuss those key skills needed for future development, careers and employment.
Sessions will be held 2 days per week.
Mondays will be for participants who are aged 13 to 17. So Mondays, 5:30 would be your time. Sessions on Tuesdays will be for participants who are ages 18 to 25 years old. So we're focusing on persons from 13 to 25.
Christina John, GBN News.
This is News at 7. Coming up, Agriculture Senator concerned that the Ministry of Agriculture remains without a Chief Agricultural Officer since the retirement of Daniel Lewis in 2020. And tonight's analysis is TGM's Dr. Patrick Antwine to analyze the Prime Minister's press conference on Wednesday. Stay with us.
We've been down, but not out. It's been hard, but we've persevered together. We each have a role in Grenada's successful recovery, nourishing our families, guiding our children, caring for our communities, energizing our lives. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Open borders with the right precautions will keep us safe and lead us to the successful rejuvenation of our tourist industry. Because when we come together as a country, we all win.
I did it for my co-workers.
I did it for my granny.
What's up? I did it for my neighbor.
I did it for my business.
Help us help Grenada.
I did it for myself and my family. Get vaccinated.
Together, we can defeat COVID-19. Get vaccinated.
The public is advised that all branches of Co-op Bank will be closed for business on Friday, June 11th, 2021. This is to facilitate attendance of the bank's employees at the funeral of the late Mr. Gordon V. Steele, OBE, former General Manager and Director of Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited. We apologize for any inconvenience that may be caused as a result of this closure and remind you that our e-banking solution and Connex ATMs are available to serve you. Regular business hours resume on Monday, June 14th, 2021.
1, 2, 3. Happy Father's Day!
Sunday, June 20th. Get ready for a special Father's Day edition of YT Virtual Bingo. We're giving away a whole lot of money, up to $10,000 to be won. And tickets cost just $8. 5 lucky fathers will win a special cash prize. You know the deal. If you're in Grenada, tickets are available at gotofet.com or from numerous box offices island-wide. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofet.com. So, get your tickets now and enjoy all the fun and excitement online. Sunday, June 20th. Get ready for a special Father's Day edition of YT Virtual Bingo. The new way to play bingo.
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Agriculture Senator Roderick St. Clair said he is concerned that a chief agricultural officer has yet to be hired since the retirement of Daniel Lewis on July 7, 2020. The agriculture senator raised the point as he cautioned against the lack of timelines and proper planning within the government. Gerard Joseph has that story.
The Ministry of Agriculture has yet to replace one of its top officials, almost 1 year since Daniel Lewis retired from office. A new chief agricultural officer is yet to be appointed despite allocations being made in the 2021 budget. Thus, the position remains vacant. Agriculture Senator Roderick St. Clair is concerned with the lack of succession planning within government.
But at the same time, now we are on June the 7th, and the responses that we got from the ministry is that things are put in place. And we almost getting ready to prepare for the next budget cycle, Mr. President. And then when I read the transformative recovery, transformation, and resilience as our theme in our budget, and I look at the statement that was presented again by our Jew Minister of Finance, that we will redouble our efforts to make agriculture great again.
However, Senator Nolan Cox, in addressing the issue, said due to the nature of the position, with it being specialized, not anyone can fill the post.
You cannot just go out there and pick up a manager or somebody to teach or somebody to work in agriculture is specialized. And so one of the challenges that we have been moving together with the Ministry of Education in terms of offering scholarships for persons in the agriculture sector. And the uptake is very, very slow. So those are some of the key tenets that are affecting implementation, getting persons to come and work in the sector.
The government senator stated that they are challenged with the lack of people to take up scholarships in agriculture.
But some of the things that when we do get the scholarships, persons that don't take it up, but we try our best to ensure that person move in that sector. And so I just wanted to bring that to bear as some of the key issues that are affecting implementation and that has historically affected implementation. And a lot of it, as government, you do not have direct control. You put the necessary structures in place to influence as much as possible to get your key result from those sectors.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The Grenada Movement's chairman, Dr. Patrick Antoine, is tonight's guest to further probe statements made during the Prime Minister's press conference on Wednesday. Good night and welcome, Dr. Antoine.
Good night and thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure. Dr. Antoine, in a previous analysis, you had some suggestions for government if they agreed to implement another stimulus package. What's your take on the $8.95 million stimulus package announced by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell?
Thank you. My take on the announcement by the Prime Minister is, first of all, that the $8.95 million translated into EC is too small. It's too small a package for the scope of coverage that the Prime Minister would have pointed to, covering, as he put it, vulnerable groups, taxi drivers. He mentioned layout workers. We're unsure of the scope of coverage, but it's too small. Too small because the Prime Minister would have singled out teachers as well inside of the public workers' obligations that the government has to shoulder. The Prime Minister seemed to have bifurcated the responsibilities, seeming to want to pay only teachers. Discriminatory is what I would say. So in addition to it being too small, it's discriminatory if the Prime Minister really intends to follow through on what he said. The third thing is the timing. If the Prime Minister uses his own rationale of saying that he's doing this for the students and to prevent disruption, and the question becomes, why didn't the Prime Minister do this before all the disruptions? After all, the teachers' salaries were docked back in 2018, and they've been struggling since. Inflation's been going at the rate of about 1% per month, month on month, so that the timing really becomes an issue. And the fourth thing really is the transparency, the mechanisms that the Prime Minister announced that he would be using to allocate these resources across so many diverse groups that were not properly defined, again, needs to be looked at, because there is a problem of trust. And that's my big point tonight. We are facing, obviously, a crisis of trust. And the announcement by the Prime Minister would have played into that and would have done nothing to diminish the concerns that our society has with trust. Trust, because if you want to heal the society, you won't be dividing public worker. If you want to heal the society, you won't be pointing to the fact that you're only doing this for the children when you have a legal obligation. And again, all of this continues to just lead to mounting distrust. And let me say that the announcement on the vaccines, to my mind, there's a component of that that also speaks to a lack of trust. When we can have among the lowest rate of vaccinations in the region, even where there are vaccines, it says to me that this looming problem, this cloud over of society of trust, is one that really needs to be addressed. So my one view of the stimulus package is that the Prime Minister really should go back to the drawing books. He should not, as I hear, there's an attempt to give teachers bonds. That needs to be examined closely. It really needs to be examined, because we don't have a secondary bond market. I'm not saying yes or no, but the bottom line is that it's insufficient, and it plays into trust, lack of trust.
Listening to the concerns of Grenadians coming out of this latest press conference, and many have made their concerns very public, do you see any of those concerns being addressed?
When I look at the size of the quote-unquote stimulus package, and I look, for instance, at the statistics that tell us about poverty and the amount of Grenadians who are going without meals, and the number of Grenadians who do not have savings, the size of it really is disproportionate to the cries on the ground by Grenadians. And I believe that if the Prime Minister really wanted to go back to the drawing board, he would need to come with a package that was more comprehensive, covering all the sectors that needed to be looked at, but not just with money. There are a number of things that governments can do, for instance, in working with the banks, and not just asking them to for forbearance. There are a number of very important things the governments can do, such as setting up, for instance, a troubled assets program, so that when taxi drivers and so on face losing the little savings that they do have, that they would have invested in to send their children to school in case of sickness, that they are about to lose, that we could have a troubled assets fund, take that up in the interregnum until the economy picks back up. We have so many proposals at TGM that we've been working on that are not necessarily just purely monetary. And we believe the government needs to really exercise its imagination if it really is to reinstill trust and demonstrate that it really is the keeper of this public responsibility that we've entrusted upon them at this time.
We end on that note. A special thank you to you, Dr. Patrick Antoine, for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Health professionals and organizations worldwide have been stressing the importance of prenatal care, otherwise known as antenatal care. This care, according to health professionals, is one of the best ways to reduce the risk of complications during pregnancy. Our training reporter, Krista Campbell, tells us more about prenatal care during pregnancy.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Benwick, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
I don't think we
as a people, appreciate how much of the establishment of the infant's regulatory systems are established in the womb, because the infant is surrounded by the heartbeat of the mother. And if the mother is calm and regulated and there's a nice even pattern, the baby establishes that. If the mother is stressed, all those stress chemicals transfer through the uterus into the infant as it's growing and establish, connections that way to the infant's stress response system. So it's very important that it doesn't start after birth, it starts before birth.
Pediatrician and member of the New York State Association for Infant Mental Health, Dr. Richard Honigman, is among the numerous health professionals that have been stressing the importance of prenatal care, otherwise known as antenatal care. According to the National Institute of Health, NIH, getting early and regular prenatal care improves the chances of a healthy pregnancy. Dr. Sonia Nixon gave prenatal care recommendations on GBN's Doctor on Call program.
Once a woman discovers that she's missed a period and guesses that she may be pregnant, right, she really should start seeking care from them.
Okay.
This is what gives us the best outcomes, the easiest, the happiest. Even if you're going to have complications, you can identify them before, right? Making sure that your blood pressure is normal, making sure your blood glucose is normal, that your baby is growing normally, your weight is increasing and it should. Those are the things that you have to ensure in the antenatal care.
She also shared some of the do's and don'ts of pregnancy.
I'm not saying I'm just anybody, right? I'm an educated girl, and in order for me to produce that event that's really healthy, I have to be healthy. So I can't smoke. I should be drinking. I should really control my weight. I should deal with my dental health, my breast health, my sexual health. I should not be, should not be promiscuous, sleeping around. The things that could put my uterus in danger of having infections. But I also want to make sure that I have access to antenatal care.
So where exactly can you receive antenatal care?
Well, there's antenatal care everywhere in Grenada. In the health centers, the nurses are very well trained to identify, especially if you're going to have a problem.
More health and wellness tips will be discussed on GBN's Doctor on Call program, aired on GBN television and radio Tuesdays at 8:35 p.m. Krista Campbell, trainee reporter, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Let's take a look around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience.
Last evening, Superintendent Vannie Cohen, head of community relations of the RGPF, responded to allegations of police brutality by 3 male officers against Candy Joseph of St. David. Superintendent Cohen said upon responding to a call, the 3 officers were met with aggression.
We've had 4 eyewitnesses' account of the incident outside that of the police officers. And all 4 of the eyewitnesses are very consistent in terms of what has happened. And what has happened is not police brutality as was told. The lady was arrested and refused to go to the police transport, and in fact she attacked the police. There were comments that were made about if she had a knife, what and what she would not have done. Those comments were alarming and very perplexing by those who witnessed the incident. We did not have to go out to search for information. It was so disgusting that many of the civilians who were present came into the police station and voluntarily provided information.
GBN's online audience took to the comments section to share their thoughts on the superintendent's response. St. Louis said, I find the woman's story to be very consistent with what Cohen just said. She literally told y'all what happened. Listen to her story again, with your critical thinking ears this time. So many holes and contradictions in her report. Floyd added, the fact that this woman's own children was hiding from her, taking refuge at a neighbor's house, speaks to a violent tendency. I'm not trying to excuse the alleged police abuse. I'm just trying to be analytical from all angles here. I find it hard to believe that 3 police officers would just go off on a woman that was conversing in a civil manner, especially since they didn't do it at the privacy of her residence, which they had visited earlier, but chose to do it at the location where she followed them down the street. Was she trying to show them up publicly and got humbled? Marcel said, those barbaric cops should be arrested. You are defending the cops' illegal actions the same way that the cops in the US are defended when they kill unarmed black people. Retrain those cops and teach them the proper methods of engaging with the public in all situations. They must do away with the wolfpack mindset. I do not think that anyone attacked the cops. Nicholas added, so the lady just assaulted, which is a crime. The 3 police officers, bruises were then noticeable about her body, not the officer, and you'll just walk away from the scene without any arrest being made. Mr. Officer, stop picking up for your boys. Be neutral and investigate the matter, but hearing your biased speech, we don't expect any proper investigation out of this matter. Etienne said, so she attacked 3 police officers and nothing happened to them, and she isn't arrested? Oh boy, the saga continues. The days of our lives, as the world turns, fools can only fool fools. Lastly, Kelly said, when I listened to her recollection of the incident, I had a gut feeling that she was uncooperative to the police, hence the reason for their actions. And I guess I was right. Shake my head. There are always 2 sides to a story, and she was wrong if that is what she did.
That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page. From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
If you know the gentleman in tonight's eyesore, what you see may come as a surprise to you. Our eyesore reporter said the individual photographed here is known to wear the color yellow 365 days a year, and in recent years has never been seen in till now. Even his passenger bus, which he operates, is adorned in yellow. But alas, one day the yellow turned to green. This sparked many startled remarks from people on social media. Some even believe this latest wardrobe change is politically motivated. What do you think? Tell us when you submit your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead, GUT President meets with Labor Minister and Commissioner on Thursday, and President of the Florida Government School Parent Teachers Association says still no response from the Ministry of Education despite their plea for assistance. This is News at 7.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Open borders with the right precautions will keep us safe and lead us to the successful rejuvenation of our tourist industry. Because when we come together as a country, we all win.
I did it for my co-workers.
I did it for my granny.
What's up? I did it for my neighbor.
I did it for my business.
Help us help Grenada.
I did it for myself and my family. Get vaccinated.
Together, we can defeat COVID-19. Get vaccinated.
Hey, look. Rhythm coconut, rum lemon, passion fruit, sorrel, even the exotic spicy rum.
Ah, the flavored rums of Grenada Distillers Limited.
Class coat?
Yes, girl. They are all produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited in Woodlands. You know, all their rums are world-class and internationally acclaimed, winners of numerous gold medals.
I'll have the spicy rum.
Grenada's #1 rum. We drink it on sport. Add a little flavor to your life.
The public is advised that all branches of Co-op Bank will be closed for business on Friday, June 11th, 2021. This is to facilitate attendance of the bank's employees at the funeral of the late Mr. Gordon V. Steele, OBE, former General Manager and Director of Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited. We apologize for any inconvenience that may be caused as a result of this closure and remind you that our e-banking solution and Connex ATMs are available to serve you. Regular business hours resume on Monday, June 14th, 2021.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
News just in, 6-year-old Karim Billy of Willis St. George has been found. He is safe and has been taken to the General Hospital to receive medical attention. Public officers with support from representatives from the Trade Unions Council took to the streets of St. George on Thursday morning as they continue to demand their 4% salary increase from their employer, the government. We get the details in this report.
All masked up with T-shirts that read, "Teachers' Lives Matter." Public officers took their cause to the streets once again on Thursday. The 4% dispute over salary increase is still on the table as the GNT and the leadership of the GUT are in mediation with Labour Minister Peter David. However, this did not prevent public officers from engaging in action to serve as a constant reminder to government that their 4% salary increase due since January is needed. New proposals were put forward by both parties involved during the last mediation held 3 weeks ago. However, President General of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew, says they will not give up their struggle until they arrive at a resolution.
The reason for today's match, we are continuing our progress action even if we are in mediation. All right, so we will not ease up the pressure in terms of on the government. We have to do what we have to do to sensitize the public, the nation and the world. We believe that the negotiation process have been going on a long time now and it's time for it to finish. All right, so we'll do what we have to do, all right, whether in the school, whether wherever it is, whether on the streets, all right, to show or discuss in terms of the slow process in the rate of the negotiation.
GUT President says parents can rest assured that their students are catered for no matter what.
No, don't underestimate the teachers. Even if the teachers are here, the teachers are working 24/7, 7 days a week. And the teachers, even if they come here, they would ensure in their generosity that they would have left work for the children to do. As you know that the teachers will always have to be in the school physically to send work. All right, we have the tablets, we have the laptops via the various mediums and platforms that they can send work for the children. And the children, the teachers will also secure the children and do everything in the best interest of the nation's children, because we do have the nation's children at heart.
Alpha Donald, a representative of the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, says they are all in this together.
I'd like to emphasize and say that GTAW will remain committed, have remained committed in giving solidarity to our comrades, the public sector, and we will continue full-heartedly to give that support until this 4% issue is settled. No bond age. Thank you.
The march began at the Athletic Stadium car park through the streets of the capital onto Tantin Playing Field. GBN will bring you the update on the outcome of Thursday's mediation in another newscast. Christelina John, GBN News.
Stay with us. The weather and sports is up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
This is the weather for tonight and the next 3 days. Tonight's minimum temperature 24.5 degrees Celsius. The weather will be partly cloudy, hazy and windy with a chance of light, brief, isolated showers. Moderate dust haze, winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate to rough, waves up to 7 feet in open water. A small marine advisory remains in effect. Tides low at 10 a.m., high at 4 a.m. On Saturday, the weather will be partly cloudy and hazy with brief isolated nighttime showers. On Sunday, the weather will be partly cloudy and hazy with light, isolated daytime showers, increasing in cloudiness and showers overnight with a low chance of thunder. Good evening, sporting fans. Coach Paul Phillips says he is confident in his methods and believes world javelin champion Anderson Peters has sufficient time to boost his performances for the Tokyo Olympic Games. Coach Phillips says despite the challenges of COVID-19, he decided to join Anderson on the circuit of events before the Olympics.
I made the decision to be here because I think if you notice, Anderson throws well when he's in the college system as well, but when he comes home, there's a difference in his performances, and that is what this arrangement here will do. As for his physical preparation, talking about strength now, his strength and conditioning is where I would like it to be at this time.
The coach says they are now working on the important aspects to improve Anderson's throws.
Technically, his execution of certain aspects of the throwing is not where it should be. And that is what I am here to fix. And that is what the relationship, the being together, the living together will pull together, and we'll be ready for the Olympics.
Meanwhile, the decathlon brothers, Kurt Felix and Lyndon Victor, are also deep in their preparation for the upcoming Summer Games in Tokyo. The brothers are based in the Santa Barbara Track Club in California and have been training for the last 3 years. Coach Phillips says good performances are expected from the decathlon brothers, who have been competing in individual meets in the lead up to Tokyo.
Unfortunately, there was a little setback with Lyndon, but he would have been competing in the GATSIS meet just went over the weekend, but there was a little setback. But I think he's in fine form. Kurt is a little bit more challenging for him because, as you can appreciate, he's the older of the two brothers, and as you age, your body do not respond the same way when you're younger. But I was there with them for about 3 weeks, and I'm very, very happy. I'm very pleased to see how these young men go about the business of being professional athletes, and I look forward with excitement to what they will produce for the rest of the season. Of course, the major focus this season is getting to the Olympics and getting onto the podium, and I think they are ready.
The Peter David River Road Invitational Basketball Championship continued on Sunday at the River Road Hard Court. The tournament is now at the semi-final stage with the top 4 teams competing in the best-of-3 matchups. The best-of-3 semi-final rounds in Game 1 saw Southern United defeating Spotlight Ballers 73 points to 54 points. Leading for Southern United were Jonathan Williams with 26 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists and 5 steals, and Simon Bell with 14 points, 8 rebounds and 2 steals. In Game 2, Spartans defeated the Tornadoes 86 points to 51 points. Leading the scoring for the Spartans were Marlon McLeod with 27 points, 20 rebounds, 3 blocked shots, 1 assist and 1 steal, and Jensen Dominic with 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists and 1 steal. The inaugural Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament is down to the final leg as the semi-final stage concluded on Thursday. The competition, which has been 12 straight days of cricket, is scheduled to end on Friday. We get the details in this report.
Nutmeg Warriors was the first team to secure their place in the final on Friday in the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10. Warriors posted a mammoth total of 139 for 3 as Shonda Regis and Donna McDonald shared a 94-run unbroken partnership as they defeated Saffron Strikers by 18 runs. Honan Stanislas, manager of Nutmeg Warriors, says his team, which is coached by Junior Murray and captained by Andrew Fletcher, is confident of becoming the first winners of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10.
So coming into the competition, it was tough to get some of the guys we wanted. You know, the guys were placed into a draft and we had to pick out. The guys I got, I always believed in them, and that's why we're here today.
Coach of Ginger Generals, Ricky Williams, prior to the match, was looking forward to qualification for the final.
Well, I think we have a very good team balance in terms of the whole setup of the team. You have, just among this team, among the batsmen, just to go there and win games for you. We have a very good bowling attack who can go there and defend. So I think generally we have a good all-round team.
However, Ginger Generals was restricted to 90 for 6 from their 10 overs. Cinnamon Pacers took the next qualifying spot for the final as Alec Altenis smashed 57 not out to lead Pacers to victory.
We came into the tournament to win the tournament. We are into the semi-finals. As we have done, we're taking it one game at a time, and we're going to continue doing that.
Ashley Cummins, coach of Cinnamon Pacers, prior to the match, had highlighted that his team is made up of all-round players at the national level.
Cinnamon Pacers never will go into a finals and lose. We are going to finals to win the finals.
The Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 concludes on Friday with a third-place playoff from 9:30 a.m. and finals from 12 noon between Nutmeg Warriors and Cinnamon Pacers. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN Sports.
That's it for sports. Our original segment is up next. This is your One Caribbean hookup. In Trinidad and Tobago, an alphabetical system has been implemented to vaccinate those over the age of 60. The Minister of Health, Terence Dayal Singh, today apologized for the long lines that occurred as hundreds of people gathered at the designated COVID-19 vaccination sites across the country to receive their first shot. Mahalia Joseph Wharton tells us more.
Minister of Health Terence Dayal Singh said the overwhelming response for the COVID-19 vaccine created many issues for the health centers across the country.
We underestimated the demand for vaccines, and we must sincerely apologize, and I as Minister sincerely apologize for this morning.
He said from Thursday, June 10th, only those over 60 with surnames starting from A to E will be vaccinated, and on Friday, June 11th, those with surnames beginning with F to J will be vaccinated. This system with letters in groups of 5 will continue into the following week.
Many of the people who turned up, and the CEOs could attest to this, are people who weren't eligible. And that was part of the issue, healthy persons under 60.
On the issue of vaccinating Venezuelan immigrants, he said they will also be included in the vaccination rollout in Phase 3.
We have a cabinet decision of June 2019, I believe, that all immigrants in Trinidad and Tobago, regardless of their status, will be eligible for vaccines.
Drive-in and mobile vaccination sites are being considered for second doses as they require less screening and less monitoring. Mahalia Joseph Wharton, TTT News.
Internationally, Chinese health officials are on high alert amid an outbreak of new COVID-19 cases in its southern Guangdong province. Strict travel restrictions have been imposed as mass testing is being ramped up. But many patients there have already received at least one dose of China's COVID-19 vaccine, raising questions about their efficacy. Al Jazeera's Katrina Yu reports.
Strict lockdowns of infected neighborhoods, travel restrictions, and the mass testing of entire cities. Chinese authorities have returned to the pandemic control strategies of last year as the southern province of Guangdong, home to 120 million, battles the country's most serious outbreak in months.
It's essential to take the most resolute, the most decisive, and the strictest measures to control gatherings and the travels in high-risk areas to block the spread of the epidemic.
Dozens have tested positive with the Delta variant of COVID-19, a highly contagious form of the virus first detected in India. 30 million people in the region have been tested since May. Police have detained 6 people for breaking virus prevention rules. Officials say the outbreak has been traced back to a woman living in the provincial capital, Guangzhou. Food and entertainment venues there have been ordered to close. Those wanting to leave the city must produce negative virus tests taken within 48 hours. The neighboring cities of Shenzhen, Foshan and Maoming are also on high alert. Experts say it's the first local test of Chinese vaccine efficacy. Concerns were raised after port workers who were already vaccinated caught the virus.
The virus keeps evolving, so the older versions of the vaccine are maybe not very effective for this new strain. But we are not saying the vaccine is useless against the Indian strain. None of the infected people became seriously ill. The protection isn't perfect, but you can't say they are not working.
In Bahrain, a new wave of infections has prompted authorities to offer booster shots of the Pfizer vaccine to some who have already received 2 doses of China's Sinopharm jab. Vaccines by Sinopharm and Sinovac have been approved by the WHO. Chinese regulators have given 5 vaccines the green light locally. Children as young as 3 can now receive jabs in emergency circumstances. 800 million doses have been administered nationwide so far.
Elsewhere in China, it's business as usual, except for international travel. China's borders remain mostly closed to foreigners. Beijing is under pressure to vaccinate most of the population and ease restrictions before the beginning of the Winter Olympics next February. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Beijing.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us. And now to recap tonight's headlines. Police seek public assistance in locating grade 1 student Karen Billy. It has since been revealed that he was found and is safe. Tears of sorrow as murder-accused Calvin Frank makes first court appearance. GUT President meets with the Labour Minister and Commissioner following walk against bondage protest. GBN Health looked at the importance of prenatal care. And tonight's analysis was TGM's Dr. Patrick Antoine to further probe the Prime Minister's press conference on Wednesday. In our One Caribbean hookup, Trinidad and Tobago implements alphabetical system to vaccinate people over the age of 60. And China on alert amid new COVID-19 outbreak. In sports, coach Paul Phillip confident that world champion Anderson Peters will be ready for Tokyo. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Trellona Charles. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.